Hotfix 24.5.8 is live on PC and Equinox Prime Access has launched. So if you do want to spend the money and purchase the packs outright from the Prime Access page on the Warframe website, that is now available alongside the accessories pack, which does include a Syandana and armor set. Now, as for the contents of the pack, it includes Equinox Prime, where you only need 4 parts to build her, the Thibodeau Prime and Stratavar Prime. The relics for these items are up on your screen right now, and if you want to know where they drop, go to the codex in your orbiter, go to the relic tab, and then type in one of these relics. It'll show you all the information you need to know outside of drop percentage. Now, because we do have that new Prime Access, it means a number of items have entered the Prime Vault. So Oberon Prime, Silver and Aegis Prime, and Sabaris Prime have all entered the Vault, and their relics have been removed from the drop tables in-game. And also, because those items entered the Prime Vault, it means a number of syndicates had their sacrifices swapped. So for the Arbiters of Hexus, it now requires a Cronin Prime Blade. For Cephalon Suda, it requires the Chroma Prime Chassis, and for the Steel Meridian, it requires the Destreza Prime Handle. As for the changes in this hotfix, they did increase the Orbiter decoration limit by 33%, and also added a performance warning to the decoration UI screen. They also optimized the Coolant Rachnoid sloshing effects, made a micro-optimization to the HUD, and updated numerous tiles to improve character lighting. Now, also in a follow-up hotfix, which was hotfix 24.5.8.1, they introduced the April 2019 Riven Disposition changes, which does start to enforce their plan to make constant Riven Disposition changes with each Prime Access, as they had stated in a previous dev stream and forum post. Now, in the forum post where they outlined the changes, they said the following. As mentioned in our previous Riven workshop, the Equinox Prime Access, which just released, brings with it the first in a series of regular disposition tweaks. These changes should be live across all platforms shortly. A full breakdown of changes can be found below. Now, before we get into what changed, I am going to read out the end statement. This is our first time determining disposition changes with help of an internal ranking, to help guide dispositions closer to where we feel they should be, and to offer a solid baseline that is less subject to fluctuating player usage stats. I know some of you guys love hearing how we reach these numbers, so I wanted to share a few pieces of insight on how this internal ranking affected the dispositions. Although still relatively popular among players for their ninja stylings, most bows have fallen behind the power curve for primaries, unless they're automatic or explode with a 6 meter radius. Throwing style weapons could use help for similar reasons when compared to other secondaries, therefore buffs across the board. Kit guns were a new introduction since our last wave of disposition changes. Even after accounting for increased popularity due to newness, their usage stats dwarfed most other weapons by a massive degree. Most kit guns received disposition decreases, but not all were hit as hard as they could have been, because we factored in our personal interpretation of kit gun strength instead of relying solely on usage stats. Soma is an interesting case study. The Soma Prime is a constant staple across all levels of play, ever since we gave the weapon as part of Twitch Prime in 2017. With a mastery rank restriction of 7, it's intended to be one of the first primes a new player will acquire. This overall prevalence initially resulted in a low disposition, but our internal rankings will help bring it to a more respectable baseline in the future. Thanks for reading, Tenno, and look forward to another set of changes with our next Prime Access release. For those asking, Melee Riven changes are still awaiting for completion of our Melee 3.0 reworks. So, as for what was changed. For the primary weapons, the Archiplasmor now has a disposition of 0.6, the Amprex 0.7, the Argonac 1.2, the Bazza 1, the Boltor 0.95, the Bratton 1.1, Burston 1.3, Cernos 1.1, Corinth 0.95, the Daiku 1.3, Dara 1.3, Dread 1.1, Ferox 1.15, Gorgon 1.4, Grakata 1.2, the Heck 0.85, the Hema 1.2, Ignis 0.6, Javlok 1.2, Lanka 0.85, Latron 1.25, Mutilus Cernos 1.35, Nagan Tucker 1.05, Ogris 1.3, Panthera 1.4, Paris 1.2, Penta 1.3, Quanta 1.1, Rubico 0.8, Scourge 1.15, Simulor 0.85, Snipetron 1.25, Soma 0.75, Stradivar 1.15, Supra 0.85, Sybaris 1, Tiburon 1.1, Tonkor 0.95, Torrid 1.3, the Vectis 0.85, Velt 1.2, Volcarp 1.4, Tsar 1.15, and the Zouge 1.25. As for the secondary weapons, the Ak Bronco is 1.25, Ak Chigara 1.25, Ak Lex 0.85, Ak Vasto 1.2, Angstrom 1.3, Ballistica 1.05, Bruck 1.1, Bronco 1.35, the Catchmoon is 0.8, the Cycron 1.1, Despair 1.3, Dual Toxicist 1.3, Gemmacore 0.8, Haiku 0.95, Hystrix 1.1, Kamak 1.35, Colstar 1.25, Lato 1.35, Lex 1.05, Merrilock 0.8, Ocucore 1.1, Plinks 1.1, Pox 1.05, Pyrano 0.8, Rattleguts 0.9, Sicarus 1.15, Sonacore 0.8, Spira 1, Stubber 1.3, Tombfinger 0.85, Twin Grakadas 1, Twin Gremlins 1.3, Twin Kamak 1.25, Twin Roga 1.2, Vasto 1.35, Zacti 1.2, and the Zylok 1.15. And those are the disposition changes that occurred with this Prime Access release. Now, as we return to Hotfix 24.5.8.1, they made one fix to the Nightwave system, which was that of fixing the Hive Sabotage missions not counting towards the Cash Hunter Nightwave Act, and they also made 3 fixes in that hotfix, and as of which all fixes for both the main hotfix and the follow-up micro hotfix are available up on your screen. You can read them here, or you can check them out on the Warframe forum thread. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.